Hello everyone, Derek Sam Toys back with another action figure review, and I know this wasn't really expected at all, but here we've got an unmatched Walmart exclusive Hangman. I found this while I went shopping the other day, and this is the only figure I picked up, and not really mad about it. I did see some other Supreme Codys at Walmart, but they were not the original. They were only the Walmart exclusive. So sadly, I won't be doing the dual Supreme review as I was hoping I could possibly do, unless I find it on unless I find it on eBay. And to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna have enough money and or enough time to get that before the new year, because I do want to get that up in the new year, or at least on New Year's Day. That'll be like the special review for New Year's, or maybe this will be, and I'm kind of getting what I'm gonna do backwards, but we'll see how it goes when I upload everything. Now, why don't I shut my mouth and we can get into the action figure review itself. Alrighty guys, so getting into the accessories, and I'm gonna start turning on an extra light. Maybe that'll help see certain accessories better and just make the video quality a little bit better. I could probably turn on a couple extra lights, but this is just a learning experience. Anyway, if my camera would focus, as you can see, he comes with like a little normal whiskey glass, and he comes with a pitcher. Obviously, because he is the cowboy, he's got to have a drinking glass. Not that he's really been drinking as much or at all that we see on television anyways. And he also comes with a pointer finger. Of course, signature entrance pose with the pointer finger, and as you can see, it's definitely a little tight, so I can only imagine how the rest of the joints on the figure are gonna be. But just how great it looks, I'm pretty excited and happy to have it. And of course, because I want to say he wore that around the time he was champion, they gave him the AEW World Championship as another accessory. Surprised they didn't give him mic holding hands and give him a microphone. I'm just trying to steal some jokes from MDT, but it's kind of true though. They include microphones a lot. Anyway, getting into the figure itself. This head sculpt is really nice. I want to say it's got a different skin tone compared to the original skin tone his figures had, which I'm not mad with it. If so, it looks really good. It makes Hangman's like color a little bit fuller. And speaking of the other figure, let me just put this down for a quick second so I can take the bandana off of the old one, and we can kind of compare the skin tones a little bit better. And if I really struggle to get this head sculpt back on, oh, there we go, you heard that pop. And if you didn't, how come? But anyways, looking at them side by side, I mean, there is definitely a little bit of a difference, at least from what it looks like. Yeah, there's a bit more of a tan on this body compared to this one, which that's just kind of whatever until they either give us an updated ring gear Hangman, which I don't think we do have one with this skin tone, or just whatever it may be. I wouldn't mind popping this head sculpt over here and seeing what it looks like, and vice versa, because maybe you could use the serious, pissed off looking head sculpt for like a promo battle when he's talking shit to CM Punk, or when he's describing how much he wants to kick the shit out of Moxley whenever his name gets dropped. And mind you, I'm doing this right after the promo that they just had on Dynamite tonight. I almost said on Rampage. I don't know why. And I mean, it was more of a backstage segment. He was getting checked out by the doctor, and the one backstage interviewer, I don't know if it was Renee Paquette or not. I probably said that name wrong. And I don't care. I'll try to say it better if I learn how to pronounce it better. But someone interviewed him, and as soon as she mentioned Moxley had a match, he like snapped. Like it's a trigger word for him now. And that's kind of funny, but hey, I mean, I guess it can lead for a good story. Yeah, I mean, I've been really digging it, so it's not too bad. But yeah, we'll get into that maybe a little bit later on. And on top of the head sculpt, just the detail in the button-up shirt. I don't know what kind of shirt this is called exactly, if there's a special name for this like design of shirt, but to me it's just a button-up shirt. It's got a lot of nice designs, especially some designs here on the cuffs of the sleeves, and a little bit of green trim on the cuffs of the neck cuffs of the shirt. And he even includes a belt that's molded onto the pants, unlike these, but this also works for the idea if you want to just take that off when he starts the match and maybe use that as like a weapon or something. And kind of comparing them now, they do kind of look like they're meant to be the same exact belt. This one's got a little bit of a different shade to it. I want to say like this one's a little bit shinier. The jeans mold looks pretty damn standard for some jeans, and unlike Ortiz with the most recent review I've done, he actually has thigh cut, which is a pretty nice thing to have. And I mean, on top of that, why don't we just get into articulation really quick? He can't move his foot that much, but that's alright, because he's got to be able to stand. He's got a double bend in the knee, and holy crap, that's pretty damn stiff, but I'm not complaining about that either. And I'm going to check both legs just because I can. His kick forward goes up that far. His super kick is pretty nice. He's got a pretty nice torso bend, if I can get it to go without his legs going with him. It's pretty standard, a little bit of rib rotation, as you can see with that. He's got 360 in the arms, a double bend in the elbow. Ooh, he's got some ratchets. That's alright, because it's in this arm too. He's got upper bicep swivel, and on top of that, his wrist can go 360, and his wrist also bend just as stiff as the arms do. Getting up to the head, he can look up about that high because of his long hair, and he can look down about that far, which is pretty damn good. Now, just getting into a couple of things I would like to see. Let me pop the head sculpts over, and maybe we'll do a couple of different swaps with these two figures while I have the review going. Alrighty, well, let's just say that this does look very, very weird. Having this head sculpt over here, like, it can still articulate well, but it just looks too big for the body. And then vice versa over here, as you can clearly see, the head has so much room up there. I don't even know if I've got that fully in there correctly. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that just popped off. That was on there. That's just because of how loose the neck peg is over here. That's just whatever though. But I've got another idea for a swap, so we'll be right back. Alright, so coming back to my second idea, and honestly this does kind of work out pretty well. Just because all I can say is I could imagine myself doing something with this as like a street gear Hangman going up against somebody else in a street fight, or maybe he's hunting someone down so he just doesn't even care to change, just comes out with his wrist tape on. And you could remove the elbow pad, because it's not like the elbow pad's needed for this effect. But he just comes out like ready for a fight, kind of looking like he's trying to dress up like a cowboy. Steve Austin hits him with a clothesline, or as I was trying to impersonate a Luthez Prez. But it definitely works. You could probably swap a couple other people's tops over onto this body and kind of just make it some street fight gear. One thing I would like to do, if I have enough money at some point here in the future, I kind of want to get an Orange Cassidy and the new Kenny Omega in street gear. And I want to start using the jeans on that Kenny to like have a actual playable Orange Cassidy, and not just pretty much a leg statue and then a completely usable top half of a figure. But yeah, I do gotta get Hangman back into his original format with this top and finish up the review before it goes on for too long. Alrighty, you guys. So, what am I gonna rate this Hangman? Because I'm not gonna blabber on too much. The figure itself is really great. The accessories, they're repeat accessories. After all, I want to say I've gotten the exact same accessories here with the last Hangman that is right here, that I actually got and went out of my way for. Now with this one, the title, I'm not sure if it's just because I don't understand how to put the belts together, but it took me so long just to do this. Ooh, excuse me. Like, I tried to wrap it around his waist for this. I tried to put it in 4 straps. I couldn't manage to do it. I somehow managed to figure out with just like 2 slots instead of 4. And I still made the pose work for the end of the video. But with that being said, I'm gonna give it a good solid 8 out of 10. A good solid 4 out of 5 stars. Now, I just can't wait to see more street esque and more street like gear to come from the AEW line. You don't really see it too often with Mattel, but when they do give us suited bodies and when they do give us like street gear esque bodies, they always tend to nail it out of the park for the most part. I mean, yeah, John Cena's mold for a while was kind of trash, and now they're reintroducing that leg mold. I don't know why they would do that. The formula they got after so long was perfect with the knee pad mold underneath the shorts, etc. But, you know, that's just whatever. But on that note, like the video if you liked the video. If you didn't, that's cool. Subscribe for future content if you did like the video. And if you want to, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Derek Stam Toys. And on that note, I hope you guys had a great holiday, and I hope we all have a great new year. And hopefully 2023 will be better than the past couple of years. Peace, yo.